Happy Sunday. Why don't you get up on your feet and get ready to worship with us this morning.
Heaven thundered and the world was born. Life begins and ends in the dust you form. Faith commanded and the mountains move. Fear is losing ground and a hope in you. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things, in name they shall be done. Freedom conquered, all our chains undone. Sin defeated, Jesus is overcome. Mercy triumphed when the third day dawned. Darkness was denied when the storm was gone. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things, in your name they shall be done. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things, in your name they shall be done. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. We'll shout your praise forevermore. Jesus our God, unstoppable. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. We'll shout your praise forevermore. Jesus our God, unstoppable. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. We'll shout your praise forevermore. Jesus our God, unstoppable. Nothing shall be impossible. Your kingdom reigns unstoppable. We'll shout your praise forevermore. Jesus our God, unstoppable. Unstoppable God, unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things, in your name they shall be done. Unstoppable God, let your glory go on and on. Impossible things, in your name they shall be done.
Thanks for worshiping with us. Have a great morning.
After Jesus died, rose from the dead, and ascended to heaven, people in Jerusalem who believed in Jesus were persecuted or treated cruelly because of their faith. One of Jesus' followers, Stephen, was even killed. A man named Saul had watched in approval when Stephen was killed. Saul wanted to put an end to the church. He went into the believers' homes, dragged them out, and put them in jail. Many believers fled the city. Saul headed to Damascus to arrest believers there, but on the way, a bright light from heaven suddenly flashed around him. Saul fell to the ground. He heard a voice saying, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" "Who are you, Lord?" Saul asked. "I am Jesus," he replied. "Get up and go into the city. Then you will be told what you must do." Saul got up and opened his eyes, but he couldn't see. So the men who were traveling with Saul led him by the hand into Damascus. Ananias, a disciple of Jesus, lived in Damascus. The Lord spoke to Ananias in a vision. He told Ananias to go to the house where Saul was staying. Ananias knew that Saul had hurt many believers and that he arrested anyone who believed in Jesus. But the Lord said, "Go, I have chosen this man to take my name to Gentiles, kings, and Israelites." Ananias obeyed. He found Saul and told Saul that Jesus had sent him to help. Ananias put his hands on Saul, and Saul could see again. Saul got up and was baptized. For the next few days, Saul stayed with the believers in Damascus. He began to go to the synagogues to preach about Jesus. Saul told the people, "Jesus is the Son of God." The people were amazed. They recognized Saul and knew he had wanted to put an end to the church. Now he was one of them. The Jews did not like Saul's message. They planned to kill him, so one night, Saul left the city. The disciples helped Saul escape by lowering him down the city wall in a basket. Saul was also known as Paul. Jesus appeared to Saul and changed him inside and out. Jesus Christ came into the world to save sinners. Jesus called Paul, who was once an enemy to Christians, to spend the rest of his life telling people the gospel and leading them to trust in Jesus.
Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Kids Worship. I have a little friend with me today, my little dinosaur buddy, a T-Rex. Now, these guys are known for being kind of mean and scary and fierce, but this guy isn't. In fact, he's really nice. He's giving my wrist a hug, see? And I can wear him with me all the time. It made me think about our Bible story today when a man named Paul, who was known for being a very cruel and evil man, had an encounter with Jesus, and it changed everything about him. So I'm going to get my Bible out, and we are going to open to Acts 8 and 9, where we can read about Paul, who's also known as Saul, and hear what happened to him. Now, Saul didn't just dislike Christians, he hated them. In fact, he watched while the religious leaders killed Stephen. Paul honestly thought that it was good to do that. He thought he was standing up for what was right. When we understand how cruel Paul was before he met Jesus, it helps us to see how merciful and good and glorious and powerful God is. No one but God could have done such an amazing work in the life of Paul. Jesus saved Paul and chose him to spread the gospel. It helps us to know that no one is too sinful or too bad or too evil to be saved by the Lord Jesus. And sometimes when you think about some of the bad things that you've done, you can think back to the story of Saul and remember that even though Saul was known for his cruelty and for the way that he hated Christians, God used him too. What happened in Paul's life was so exciting. He became one of the most important teachers and an author of many of the books in the New Testament. Remember, boys and girls, Jesus changed Paul from the inside out. He loved Paul even when Paul was persecuting Christians and doing things that weren't pleasing to God, God still loved him. And he loved him when he changed his life over and became a wonderful teacher for the Lord. Jesus Christ came into the world to save sinners. Jesus called Paul, who was once an enemy to Christians, to spend the rest of his life telling people about the gospel and leading them to trust in Jesus. It was so good to see you today. I hope that you have a wonderful Sunday, that you have a great day with your family, and that we'll see you soon. Say bye-bye.